Okay, we are back again. We're just going to get things loaded. So welcome back everybody. It's Alana in Winnipeg in Canada. And I am here with the annual catalog launch. So hopefully it looks less blurry on my end than it did a few minutes ago. So let me know how it's looking for you guys. Hopefully you guys find us again. I'll hang out here before we get into anything for a couple of minutes to give you guys a chance to get back. I see there's a few of you here. And looks better? Okay, thank you, Janet. It does on the end where I'm viewing as well. So I don't know. Hi again, Ramona. I'm not too sure what Ryan did, but he did something that seems to have helped. Sometimes just leaving and joining again does the trick. All right. Hi again, Sharon. All right. So are you guys excited about the new catalog? I am, but I always am. So, oh, perfect. Okay, I'm glad that it's looking better for most of you guys. So I posted this card. I was telling you guys a few minutes ago when everything was blurry. Hi, Jen. That I have already posted this card here. I'll make this one a little bit later, but we will look at some of the catalog first. I won't do a full catalog walkthrough. I'll show you guys some of my favorites. You can see I have tabs all over my catalog, but this is the one that I'll make afterwards for you guys. This one was playing along with the Global Design Project. They issue a challenge, I believe, weekly. And their designer this week is Charlotte. I hope I'm saying that right, but she's on the artisan design team. And so I played along with her challenge. So I thought the Zoo Crew would go well with the watercolor technique that she shared. So I have my catalog here. I know some of you guys have yours. Some of you do not have yours yet. But if you have had a chance to peek at it online, or if you have seen samples online, tell me what your favorites are. If you guys wish to share this, please feel free to do so. Just make sure you come back and comment that you did so that I can enter you guys into the share draw for tonight. I have sent off some of the cards that were won last week, and then we'll be doing the draw for the ones from the week before. Or sorry, the draws from last week, I sent those, and then I have to do the draws for the cards that I made last week. So we'll get those done as well. Let me know what your favorites are. I'll try to watch the comments. I am going to, these ones up at the top are kind of the ones that I was really debating adding to my first order. I'm going to skip ahead to one that's one of my favorites. Page 70. I am excited to get this one. It feels like, I don't know, like Christmas. I placed an order and I just really want it to be here today already. I stayed up and placed it late last night, and it feels a little bit, I don't know. I don't want to say torture because that's probably extreme, but I'm very excited for these things to arrive. I love the colors in this one. This one has some of the in colors in it. Janet, it reminds me of you, these ones. And I love these dies that go with that. You could use those dies all on their own. So I'm excited to get this one and play with that one. I have some other favorites. This one here, the paper is very bright, but I love the stamp set. I know it's more plants and flowers. We probably all feel like we have lots of plants and flowers, but they always just look so nice. So this one here I'm excited to get. I did add this one as well. It's called Gorgeously Made is the stamp set, and then the Gorgeously Made dies. And I'll bring this up close so you guys can see this as well. We have some nice silhouettes and then a couple of borders and a little greeting that coordinates with this shape here. And there's some really pretty sequins. So you get a sheet of each of those colors there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's looking a little bit better. It was blurry for a second there. There we go. Trying to hold it still. Part of the blurriness is probably me moving too quickly. I didn't order this one, but I really like this one here. That is called Marvelous Nature. I really like how they blended this, whoever made that card. And they have tied in radiating stitches. So I hope that that means that Radiating Stitches is going to stick around for the catalog duration. It is, for those of you who are waiting for it to come back, it's supposed to be back May 15th. I checked before I came on here. On page 96, I really like layering leaves. It looks, oh, it's a little bit better again. It goes back and forth between blurry. So this one is Rachel Tessman's $1 Million stamp set, and it has a coordinating punch that already exists. So some of you may already have the punch that goes with this one, but I like that one as well. I do like things other than just plants. I will get to some of those as well. And this one here, I thought might make a good bingo set. Let me know what you guys think. I'll use Taco Fiesta, but I wanted to give an alternate choice for people who aren't completely stuck on the taco theme. So this one here has a little bit of a variety. There's the typewriter, there's plants, flowers, a little envelope, more flowers, rainbow. I thought it was kind of cute. And then the hello. I like how they stamped it in different colors here. Try to bring that down so you guys can see it. If anybody else who doesn't have their catalog yet wants theirs bound like this, let me know. They prefer to do more than one at a time because they have to clean the blade to cut the spine off. So if you haven't received it, if I've mailed it already, it's too late. But if you haven't received one that you're picking up, just let me know. The Darling Details bundle is another one that I can't wait to get, but I'm going to skip ahead to where the dies are on page 156 so that I can show you a closer picture of the dies. This one I didn't so much want for the flowers. I wanted it for these framed dies that go with it. So there's a nice border and then there's a couple of frames. You know that I'm going to miss my stitched rectangles, though I am using them tonight on my project. So I really like those. Now, just see here. There's more that I have on my list. Okay, so now I think I covered the ones that I have marked up top. Just want to make sure. So excuse the quick flipping of pages. Just make sure that I have shared. There's another one that I'm super excited about. You guys know I love plaid. So this one here, and we lost our plaid paper in the color collections. So we have a sketched plaid background stamp. That went on my order. I will be, I'm sure, getting a lot of use out of that one. So I added that to my order. I like this one. I didn't order it yet, but it's more plants, right? You guys want to see something other than plants. I resisted this one the entire time it was in the spring catalog, but I've seen a lot more to do with it that's not just Valentine's Day, so I do think that that one will eventually come into my collection. I also really like Inked and Tiled. Blurry is back. Shoot, hopefully it will rectify itself. What do you guys think of Inked and Tiled? And if you have a catalog, please do share with me what your favorites are. And then I can watch for the comments and I can flip my catalog to that page as well. I actually really like Crafting With You. I wasn't crazy about it initially, but it is now, I actually have it now. You can see where I think this is the plaid stamp. No, this is the stencils that I used on, I believe it's the stencils that I used on the project that I shared a few days ago. But this one here has a set of dies that go with it, and the little cutter, actually there's a little paper cutter here. It actually has a slit so you can tuck paper in it, and it looks like you are actually cutting paper. So I will need to get busy making some things with that one. That's a cute bundle. And then this one, I would like to get the Fun on Wheels. It didn't make it to my order yet, but it's one that I will eventually get. I love the bicycle. I'll bring that one closer so you guys can see. I just love the fine detail of that. What do you guys think? Try and bring it lower. It's a bit blurry. No. Now, this one here. this DSP. I don't know that I'm super crazy about the stamp set yet, but I love the colors in this DSP. I was telling you guys on live the other day when I had the Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, and Lemon Lime Twist that I just love that color combo, and then I realized that it coordinates with this suite here. So this is the Stargazing Suite collection. It's got this really pretty DSP, and then there is holographic paper that goes with it as well. I think you could do some fun things with this even without the stamp set, but the stamp set's always a nice addition too. There's these really cute animals, Sweet and Precious. That's on page 83. I did not order those yet. This greeting on page 77, Kindest Expressions. Those ones are really nice. I love the Sending Sunshine and Rainbows. The With Sympathy is really pretty too. So this page is marked for that one. The colors are so nice. I know the spaceship one. If there's something you guys see while I'm flipping through, let me know. This one here I really like as well. This one's on its way. It is called Lasting Joy. It's on page 64. And I'll read the greetings to you guys. So it has, may the years ahead be filled with lasting joy. I'm so thankful. I'm so sorry. Hoping for better days ahead. I love that one. Birthday wishes, thinking of you, you're in my life, in my heart for you. And so you could do the, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I don't think you'd want to say, I'm so sorry you're in my life, but I'm so thankful you're in my life. But you could be cheeky and tell someone, I'm so sorry you're in my life, but they might not appreciate that. This one is cute. The page 60, it's called Everyday Thanks. I love the little Band-Aid. So that one would be fun with the I'm so sorry, I think. Not fun, but it would be a good combination for somebody who has had an injury or something like that. On page 54, I do like the Hello Kiwi. I was telling Janet maybe last week that I just love fruit stamps. I don't know why, but I have always had a weakness for fruit stamps. Now, here's Taco Fiesta, and I want to show you guys. I did end up getting the monkeys in the pre-order. I haven't used them yet, but I got a card. There are days. That made me laugh. I got a swap card in the mail. So this one uses this monkey here, and I love how she used cardstock colors rather than having to color it. I love how she did this. So it's got this center flap. Adorable. That's with the little monkey bundle, and that even better that it has a punch. So Taco Fiesta is the one that I'll be doing bingo with, likely. Let me know what you guys think of Taco Fiesta, and if that's one that you would be interested in. I'll bring it a little closer so that you guys can see it. I've seen some really fun things with this one. I really wish the blurriness would just go away. Sorry for the trouble, guys. All right, now this one here, Happy Labels, that one's marked. It was in the spring catalog, but I just don't own it yet. Hey Chuck, so cute. For those of you who had the Chick bundle, this one, I didn't get this one yet, but it's on my list. So that's why I've got a tab here. So the upper tabs are, I probably get those sooner than later. These are the ones that I was considering for my first order. And then these are ones that I either want or want to do a class with. The Bird's Eye View. I love the book stamp in here. I'm going to bring this closer so you guys can see this adorable sample. So when you're going through your catalogs, sometimes I feel like I don't pay close enough attention to the actual samples and the techniques that they've done on them. So there's just a tip for you guys to remember to look up here. I love how they made the background with the books from this stamp here. And I had overlooked the background die that is used on this one here. If you have your catalog, you might want to flip to that page, page 48. I love how this background die put texture into the background of that piece of DSP. So that actually made me add those to my collection. And I will show you those afterwards in the die section. Now, there is another greeting with die cuts sized to the greeting. So all of these greetings have a die cut that is sized to cut them out really nice and tight. And then there's some floral dies in there as well. So this one is the Wonderful Thoughts bundle. And I didn't add that yet, but it's on my list. Some of my favorites. This one I have marked because I didn't get this in the spring catalog either, and it is on my list. I haven't ordered it yet. I didn't put it on last night's order, but I also like this one. Hope You Know. It's a nice greeting one. You are the sunshine that brightens so many of my days. I like that one. This one here is Thinking of You Today, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. I like that one because it's true. And then I've got one more here. Oh, this one here. I already own this one. But Charlotte, she actually, her card, she posted a second card with the challenge that I was telling you guys about earlier, and I love what she did with it. She used this stamp here. So be sure to take a look for that. Okay, if you guys noticed a stamp set that you want me to come back to, let me know. I will come back to it. But I am going to show you some dies that were top on my list. There are some that do not necessarily go with a stamp set. They're just dies that are offered on their own. And so I wanted to show you them. Some of these I did order. Some of them have to wait. Okay, so we have the Nested Essentials. Those have stitched edges to them. So those I did order. I love them. Can't wait to get those. I also added the patchwork pieces. I was telling you guys, well, I guess I wasn't. Maybe it was some other demonstrators. I was talking about this one here that I couldn't wait to get that one. So I did add this one, patchwork pieces. And I didn't get this one yet, but I really like these two layering dies, the petal patterns. That one's really nice. Can't wait to get that one. And another one on the same page is Gorgeous Garden. I'm going to go to page 18 and show you guys that one in use. They are two background dies. I love what they did on page 18 with that. I just think it's so pretty. I believe that is possibly the Irresistible Blooms DSP that they've put behind there. And hopefully the blurriness will go away well enough for you guys to see this. It's still a bit blurry. I will try to hold it still. There we go. So pretty. I love that one. So that is the Gorgeous Garden dies. And these are the other dies I was telling you about. The background die that put that nice impression on that DSP. Brilliant Backgrounds. That's another one that I did end up ordering. And I love how this looks like, kind of like fire flames. Would have been neat with that campfire. All right, so I showed you the bundles already, so I'll kind of just skip past them. Oh, you know what? There's one that I missed. I need to go to page 29 after. Did I not mark that page? But I will go to page 29. If you have your own catalog, you could go to page 29 and check it out. But I skipped, heading the wrong direction here. I forget that the embossing folders are now at the end of the dies. So the embossing folder that I added was Exposed Brick. So it's kind of a mix of, oh gosh, what is that one called? Time Worn Type and the brick folder. So we lost our other brick folder. This one's really nice. Okay, so page 29. Here we go. This one I feel like will go well with Sweet Citrus. This one is called So Refreshing, and it's got this nice picture and coordinating images, flowers or lemonade that you could put in there, limeade. So it's got the time spent together is the sweetest, happiest birthday, and thank you kindly. And then the dies have this cute little tablecloth, and then the coordinating dies for this, as well as a little leaf. I think they're so cute. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some embellishments. While I do this, let me know what you guys think of product shares. I've priced them out now, so I'll share the prices with you guys, and I will end up, hopefully I'll get it finished tonight, but I am working on the registration form, so if you want to watch for that, I'll send out a link and you can sign up for ribbon shares, embellishment shares, DSP, and specialty paper as well. Those you can choose separately from each other, the specialty paper, the regular DSP, and the color collections. I offer them separately because if somebody wants to do just the specialty or just the DSP and not the color collections, then they have the option. The color collection one is the priciest one because it can't be split as many ways. All right, so page 127. I had overlooked this. I hadn't really had a lot of chance to look at all of this section of the catalog while we were still in the catalog period for the one that retired yesterday. But when I was working on my order late at night, I realized how many great papers there are here. So we have item number 1 is the holographic paper that I was showing you guys that goes with the, can't remember what it's called, but the outer space bundle. This one here, item number 2, we have all of these colors. They're like textured cardstock with the white core, and they come in 12 by 12. So that one comes in Lemon Lime Twist, Azure Afternoon, I probably said that wrong, Night of Navy, Berry Burst, and Fresh Freesia. This one I love. And number 3 is gold foil sheets. Those we have had before, but they would be included. Rose gold specialty paper, that's also a carryover. Textured shimmer paper, carried over from the spring catalog. And then we have the dazzle paper bag. Number 7 is the soft shimmer paper combo pack. That one I did order. So this is like, it's 12 by 12 shimmery paper. It's so pretty. And that one comes in Bubble Bath, Berry Burst, Night of Navy, Lost Lagoon, and Pretty Peacock. So you don't choose like a pack of one color. It's a multi-pack of all those colors, but they are so pretty. And then there is the In Color textured specialty paper. So this is the in colors that include Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis. So we've got textured paper. And then we have the new In Colors Luster specialty paper. This again is the page I completely overlooked. And then the Distressed Gold. So that's one that carried over. So this is one product share. And I need 8 people for that one. So for that one, it's $32. And you get a 6 by 6 piece of all of those. So then you get a sampling of all of them. And it also includes, there's 2 more specialty papers that come a little bit later on. The Gold Celebrations specialty paper, it's like an acetate paper. And then the Vellum's Basics. So I'll bring those a little closer. So that's these 2, and they will also be included in that $32. Now, what comes next is the standard DSP. So that one is $39. And you get a 6 by 6 of all of the DSP. So I'll bring this closer again to show you guys. It is bright and beautiful. I love this one. This one was on the pre-order. I actually ordered the paper without the bundle. I don't have that bundle yet, but the paper was so pretty and I thought you could use it with so many other things. You don't need to have the bundle to use that. I am actually, you guys know I love DSP. It was kind of hard to design things for a post for today and tomorrow because I have so little DSP and I love using it on my projects. So to find something that was current was a little tricky because I just have the pre-order ones so far. Then Countryside Inn, I love that one. You guys have seen that one on live. And then I did share it on a card on the weekend. That's the one that I made a swap out of actually. And then the Delightfully Eclectic. I love this one. This one's a little pricier because you get 48 sheets. It has 4 each of all 12 designs, but you would get a 6 by 6 of each of them. So I like that one too. It's got a lot of variety there. I'll bring that a little closer again. It's got a really good mix of patterns and colors, and then some of them coordinate. Like this one goes with the inked and tiled. There is also the Earthen Elegance paper that I showed you guys with that suite. There's the Fresh as a Daisy DSP that you have seen me using. I love this one. I love gingham paper so much. This one is a good deal even for buying on its own because you get 8 each of these patterns. So you don't have to sacrifice, or it feels like you don't have to sacrifice your paper as much because you're getting 8 of each of those. And I love these colors. Those are some of my favorite colors. I really missed when we had Berry Burst and the lemon lime twist. I missed those when they left, so I love that one. There's the inked botanicals. There is Let's Go Fishing. There's so with the Let's Go Fishing, some of them do have fairly specific fishing theme, but the other side is pretty generic. So that one is still a fairly useful one, I feel like. I feel like it's the same with Les Shop. If you are French, I hope I didn't butcher that on you. But one side is fairly specific to the Les Shop suite, and then the other is kind of generic as well. I really love this yellow one there. That one's got some really pretty patterns in it, actually. I don't know, Mireille, if you're here or not, but I know she likes that one. There is Masterfully Made. It is very bright, but I do love at least one side of each of them. This paper in particular, I love both sides, of course. It's always a little bit hard when you like both sides, because then you've got to decide which one to use. Here is Stargazing. That was what that one was called. I love this one. So fun. You guys know I love Zoo Crew. So you get one piece of each of those. So that's where the standard DSP ends. So you would get a 6x6 of all of those for $39. Then the color collections would include the 6x6 in these patterns of all of the colors. So that one is, again, it's a bit more expensive. It is, and that one I can actually do with a few less people because I have to order more packs of it, so I don't need a full 8 people for this one. That one is $54 for all of those. And then we're almost done, and then we can move on to making a card. What do you guys think of product shares? For the product shares, these items here that are harder to split, I just offer them as an add-on. I don't include these because I'm not about to start counting out sequins and shaker pieces. So those will be offered as an add-on. If somebody really wants a full package of one of those, they can just add them on. And then we've got all of these. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys numbers 3 and 4. They are tinsel gems. So they've got like a little silver fleck in them. I did order both of those. I feel like those would have been really nice on my card, but of course I don't have them yet. But I ended up using the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, but I feel like those would have been really pretty on there. And they have a nice variety of colors. So one of them has Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, and Lost Lagoon, and the other has Pretty Peacock, Blueberry Bushel, Berry Burst, and Lemon Lime Twist. Those I think are going to be super popular. We have new gems in the in colors. There's new gems that goes with the Daisies collection. And then there's adhesive backed sparkle gems. There are so many pretty things in here. And then the rest of them are carryover items, but you would get a fifth of each package of those. And then we have a bunch of new ones on this page too. So this one here is my favorite on this page, the ombre matte decorative dots. Hard to see there. I'm trying to get it in focus for you guys, but it's not great. So I love those. And then we have some in color dots, the opaque ovals, and neutrals adhesive backed sequins. So you would get a fifth of a package of all of these except for the gilded leafing and the shakers. We don't include those. So the embellishment share is a little pricey as well. That one is $61.50 for a fifth of all of the embellishments except for the add-on options that are on the front page or these two here. And then there's ribbon. So I have, for the ribbon embellishments, or sorry, the ribbon share is what I meant to say. It is $77.50. And you get either 2 yards or 1 yard of each of the ribbons. And there's quite a few new ones already. So there is the new white herringbone. And then these ones carry over. Pool Party carries over. These ones all carry over, as does this one. But we have the new in color ribbons. There's a new Misty Moonlight ribbon with a braided center to it. And then Pecan Pie and the sheer ribbon combo pack, which is Azure Afternoon, Bubble Bath, and Lemon Lolly included in that one. The ribbon one is kind of pricey, so we'll see how that one goes for people. And then there is a Lost Lagoon bordered ribbon. I completely forgot to order myself that one. The Ribbon Duo Combo Pack. This one goes with the Zoo Crew suite. And then we've carried over the metallic ribbon from last year. And the share does not include the twines, so those would be separate. So this one's offered as an add-on if people want it, and that is the new In Color jute trim. If you're doing In Color Club, you will get a spool of your color each month. All right, so that is kind of what I just wanted to share from here. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. If you have something that you want me to revisit, let me know and I'll go back to that. But I will make the card for you guys if you guys want to see that. And if the shares interest you, please do comment and let me know. No worries if they don't end up filling. I need them to fill in order to order them, but no pressure on that. I meant to show you guys the card that I finished from yesterday. So I sent this one to Janet because she was liking the fish there. But I showed you guys yesterday, this one was in the works where I used the negative space of the fish from the fishing rod. And I actually turned them over. When I had them yesterday, they were upside down by the tail. And then I realized I think they actually hang from their face or their mouth. So I turned them all around and attached them that way. So that is the completed card, which was a case of this one here, if you guys remember that one. So I just wanted to show you that I completed it. All right, so we will get making this card here. Do you guys think you'll play along with the Global Design Project? If you decide to and you want to share it, you can post it on Instagram or Facebook and you just tag them. It's hashtag GDP392 for this one, and you can tag them at Global Design Project as well. I think you have to do both, and they'll share your project in their stories as well. All right, so I was telling you guys, I'm using the stitched rectangle. The reason that I use this is because I actually planned on putting this black as a frame. It's from Radiating Stitches. It will come back. I was going to frame it so you wouldn't see that stitched look. And then I ended up switching my design a little bit because I had this piece just in my scrap pile. It was already cut. It had a little flaw hiding underneath the tree. There's a little piece of the watercolor paper missing. So I just thought, well, I'll use it and I'm going to hide that edge. And then I went and changed things. So that's why you're seeing me still use a stitched rectangle, but I will use them myself. You think this card is so cute, or the fishing one? I just saw, it was actually the backing was originally what was sitting there making me think, oh, I need to do something with these fish. And then all the fish were there. So that's what prompted that. Okay, so I have I'm going to move these aside. I have a thick white base. I have the Radiating Stitches layer. This is the largest die in that set, cut out of black. And then I've got my stitched rectangle. Again, I apologize that is retired. These little trees are from, oh gosh, I had my bundle right here. I went and moved everything so I could fit the catalog there. They are from the Zany Zoo bundle. So this is the stamp set. It is far too cute. And these are the dies. So you get these two little trees in there. That's what I use to die cut these trees here. That is Lemon Lime Twist. And you get all of these other little dies. There's clouds, there's balloons, there's flowers. These might be curtain ties, but to me they look like wieners. So they could go with this guy here. Maybe they are. I need to look up what they actually are. But so if you guys happen to know what it is, let me know. And then you get some of the characters. They don't come with dies to cut all of the characters out of the DSP, but it has the dies to cut the stamped versions. So that is the die set that I used. And I'll show you guys the Radiating Stitches. So watch out for this one to come back. I have a few of you on the list who want this, but you get all of these nice frames. So this black one here, I actually cut out. This one here just textures the edge. And if you want it to be a frame, then you just lay this one inside and you get a frame. So behind here is actually a frame. I had put it in front of at first, and then I just wasn't crazy about it, so I switched it out. But you get all of these in that set. So 3 different frames, which you can nest them to actually cut a frame, and then you get these shapes here as well. Do any of you have that one yet? You saw them used as curtain ties. Okay, that's what I figured, but I'm like, they look like little wieners. I think that they should go with this campfire dude. I think that that's what I wanted to use them as, but you guys know me and how die cuts look to me, right? They always look like something different. The obvious use isn't what comes to me first, which is silly. I need David to help me with those things. All right, so I'm just gonna move these things over. I'll do the watercolor technique first, and then I will do the rest. Now, I have just got to gather this. So I have started with some of my re-inker on a block. I didn't wipe it off because I may as well use that. And I thought I brought my Wink of Stella in here, but I don't see it. So I might have to disappear after this dries and grab that. But I have an aqua painter. I've got some drops of re-inker, and then I have my re-inkers handy in case I need to add more. I will need to add more of this lemon lime twist, but the colors that I used are Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide. So if you did In Color Club last year, you guys will have these re-inkers already, and Parakeet Party. So you'll actually, I thought I used lemon lime twist. I grabbed the wrong one. Anyhow, I totally thought this was lemon lime twist, but it's Parakeet Party. So if you did In Color Club last year, you guys have all 3 of these. And lemon lime twist, I feel like would work fine here anyway. I'm going to use this one because it's what I used already, but we'll get started here. So what I usually try to do is wet the paper. You want to flood it first. The radiating stitches, I'm with you, Linda. I love them. Do you have them already? Let me know if you've already got them. So what I'll do first, I just want to make sure that my aqua painter is nice and clean. You can see that I've already used this with these colors, but you want to flood your paper first. I'm going to flood only the area that I am going to put the first portion of color on, which is the green. And it'll be hard for you guys to see, but I'm just holding this up to the light to make sure that I actually flooded that. And now I can pick up my re-inker from here. So if you don't flood your paper first, when you go to put this color down, it'll just soak right up into that spot. Whereas flooding it first, it'll give you a medium that your color can spread into. Now I want to go a little heavier with that. So you can just keep adding in, and I'm not squeezing any more water out of the barrel as I go here because I had quite a flood of water on my paper, but I am going to bring in a little bit more re-inker. Just to make this a little heavier. Now, I wouldn't always do what I'm going to do next, but I am going to dry this just a little bit because I don't want this blue circle that I'm going to add to run down into this here. It'll create a little bit of a harsh line at first, but you'll see me remedy it as we go. So I'm not fully drying this, just enough along the top so that I don't completely muddy those colors into each other. Okay, so that's probably enough. So not totally dry, but just a little bit. Now, I just want to make sure that I don't have the green in here. And I am going to just put a little bit of a flood here. This area here behind my lion. And then I'm going to use Tahitian Tide. And I don't want it super dark just yet. So you can kind of see where the water is, like where the color is flooding to, is where I applied the water. Then I'll add some more into there. All right, so it starts with that. And then now I'm going to just flood the rest. I wasn't as careful with my edges either there because I didn't plan on them showing. But that's okay. It's watercolor, it's art, right? So it's all right for it to not be perfect. So I'm just wetting everywhere else. It's okay that this is running a little bit beyond there because it's watercolor. And I'm trying to just look at an angle to make sure that my paper is all wet now because I'm going to bring in the darkest color and I don't want it to just soak into one spot. All right, so here I'll pick up this Starry Sky re-inker and I'm going to apply this color into that flood of water. Do you guys like watercolor? I feel like I could have even used a paintbrush here. This is the finest aqua painter, so I probably should have used one that was wider, but that's okay. And often we're not so strategic with the shape. I wanted a specific shape here with the, I wanted it to have this circle of the lighter color in the middle around my lion. But often we don't need to have like a strategic shape. I just did that for this project here. So I'm gonna come in with more. I want this to be darker. I probably should have had a paper piercer or something to hold this steady, but that's okay. Linda, I saw that was watercoloring, I think, that you were doing, right? It was so pretty. Linda made some gorgeous backgrounds. I don't know if you did the salt rock technique with it or not. It kind of looked like it, so I might be wrong. But you can also throw salt rock on this, or like rock salt, sorry. And it will pull the color wherever the salt drops. We've done that as a technique in club before. I just love how that works out. You can also drop water onto it, but the rock salt, it has a really neat effect. So for now, I need to get this out, the darker color out of there, and I'm going to flood over this one again because I want these edges to blend into each other. You can see that this is more blended. So I am coming in here and flooding that again. And I'm going to come in with some more of this one here. If you were wondering why I wasn't panicking that that shape was a little too, hopefully this will still blend out. I might have let it dry too much in between, but just gonna blend the edges. And hopefully it will look okay when it's done. It's also going to partially be hidden by the lion. So it's okay if it's not completely perfect. And then I'm going to clean that out of there. And I'll come back in with some more of the Starry Sky. We're going to try to blend out those edges. I might need to put some more water into here. I'm just flooding some water back into the edge here because that Starry Sky was a little bit too, see how it was a little bit too concentrated. Sorry if I'm head down and missing any comments if there are any. Look at that blob I got there. I'm gonna have to bring in some more. This is what I love about watercolor paper is you can just keep blending if it's not what you want. I need to darken that corner up a little there too. And then I'll come in with a little bit more of the, there we go. Just keep blending there. And then I'm going to heat set it, and that will hopefully help push this edge around a little bit so that it's not so harsh. Now I also want to run this color out and blend over this line a little bit so that it's not so obvious here either. And the trees will go there as well, so they'll help hide that line. And then I'm also going to bring in a little bit more so that it helps blend in any of those lines there that were a little, there we go. Now I'll use my heat gun. There's a little bit of a pool here, so I'm trying to just give it some direction to help blend out that line there. Sorry you guys have to put up with the sound of the heat gun. You could play around with it a little bit more than what I did, or stop sooner so that that blends out a little bit better. I probably should have let them flood into each other a little bit more, but that's okay. Now that is dry, so I have one more step that I want to do, two more actually, but I am going to just grab a sticky note to use as a mask. Sorry for the screeching drawer. That needs to be oiled. I'm going to move my card out of the way, and I'm just going to mask off the top half there because I'm going to, I just want to flood a little bit of water here. I don't want that so wet. And so I'm going to just, I wanted a few flicks of the green Parakeet Party, which I thought was Lemon Lime Twist. Now I'm just cleaning out the tip from the Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm going to cover up the bottom half. And now I want to grab some of the Starry Sky, and I'm going to just need a little bit more there. I need a little bit more water. It's a little, there we go. I'll bring it closer so you guys can see when I'm done. There. Okay. Now I want to clean that out because I don't want to get that on anything. Okay. Put my cap on before I end up with a mess, and I'll just move my block aside. Now I have some flecks of the Starry Sky in the top portion and some flecks of the green in the bottom portion, and I am going to just heat set that because I don't want those little spots to end up all over anything else. So we're going to heat set that. And I heat set it before I put those spots on there, because otherwise, if I hadn't heat set this before I put those spots on there, they would have just ran into the water that was already on my project. And I just need to clean those up, because otherwise I'll end up with those on the back of my card when I put my white card base there. I'm going to just run and grab the Wink of Stella because it's not here. One sec. I apologize, you guys have heard Ruby barking a few times. Everybody's outside. Well, Ethan's at work. and the other guys are outside cleaning up the boulevard. We still have clay that the foundation people didn't come back for. It was settled into the snow, and so anyhow, they need to get it cleaned up because they'll be coming to clean the streets. So I covered the bottom. I don't want the Wink of Stella all over the bottom part, so I am just going to get a little bit going. This mat is laminated, so I don't need to worry about this soaking into anything, and I don't want to squeeze too much. It's a brand new Wink of Stella. I'm afraid to use it because, oh, see, look at that. I squeezed too much. It's not orderable right now. So I just want a little bit. You can actually take your cap and tap on it. I don't want, oh, look it, I'm going all over the wrong area. That would have been a nice spatter too, wouldn't it? So I want kind of a starry looking sky. I always find it's hard to see what direction the spatter is going to end up. Clearly, it's all over where I didn't want it. There we go. That'll be good enough because I don't want to waste a bunch. But now I have a little bit of Wink of Stella over the top and all over my mat, which sadly has to get wasted. I feel terrible. It's so blurry. Are you guys able to tell anything that I'm doing here? And I don't want to, still unavailable, the Wink of Stella. Is that what you mean, Louise? It's, yeah. I had one left. I'm going to heat set that too because I don't want those little spatters to get all over anything. I'll bring this closer. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, if it's going to help, but I'm going to try and see if holding it still right underneath there will. Oh gosh, it's all so blurry. I don't understand what's happening. But there is some Wink of Stella spatter there. You stepped away for a minute. What would make great hot dogs? I'll bring that back and show you. I think that they'd make good hot dogs. Let me know what you guys think. The Zoo Crew dies. I think this little curtain tie back would make cute little hot dogs. If you cut those out of maybe pecan pie, would that be a good color? I think that they'd make cute hot dogs. And then you could put them on the end of that little roasting stick for this cute little lion. Don't you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. All right, so we've got this little background piece. I would have liked if this was a little more blended out like this one here, but that's okay. Now I will do the same little character. I have chosen, I wanted to use the camping one for the night sky there. And you could also add more of the starry sky so that you actually had a darker background if you wanted it to look even more night-like. But I wanted it to kind of look like a little bit of a glowing light behind the lion. So that was why I chose to bring in the lighter color there. The curtain looks like it would be a good book. Let me see that. Oh, yeah. I totally see it. The book is open. Very smart. I like that. Okay, so I have got the little lion here. I actually at first had... I was going to include the skunk and the trees, and then I decided no, I was just going to go for these die-cut trees. I contemplated using my watercolor trees that I made. Just realizing I think I ordered myself an extra pack of this late last night. I hate cutting into these sometimes. Yeah, I was originally going to use these, and then I thought, no, I'll die cut some, and then you guys saw the piece of watercolored paper that I die cut leaves out of. I thought I'd maybe use those, but I went for lemon lime twist. So my apologies that you guys get to watch me fussy cut. I should have not die cut. This one doesn't have a die cut, unfortunately. And I will feel silly if it actually does have a die cut and I just couldn't see it in there. So my apologies that you get to watch me do this. But while I fussy cut, tell me what you guys are most excited about. Was there anything that I showed you that you guys like, or do you have anything else in that new catalog that I didn't show that is your favorite? I always like hearing what other people's favorites are because we don't all like exactly the same things, right? And it's usually once you see someone else use something, then it has a different appeal. I'm going to just go down into this little nook here. I'll have to clean that up a bit. I wish this had a die cut. That would be nice if there was, but it would be a very expensive die set if we needed one for every image in the DSP. I have an idea for the next mystery stamping. I loved seeing the ones that you guys posted. I think it's so fun to see what everyone else comes up with. Hopefully there will be more of you that will join in. Oh, and I didn't get the updated photo taken. So the contest closes tonight to take a guess at how many stamp sets I had retire, how many cards I've made since I started stamping again. I think I said late March or late February, early March. It wasn't even, it was more like mid-March. But anyway, you guys can still take a guess at those until 9 o'clock. And then I'll post the answer tomorrow with an updated photo of what my stamp shelf looks like. I haven't actually pulled them yet. It was just too busy today, but I will do that either tonight or tomorrow, and then I can take a new photo and post it with the answer. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I posted, you want the layering leaves too? Yeah, they're so pretty. I posted a photo, I think it was on the weekend, the days blur together now, but I posted a photo on the weekend of my stamp shells. Those are my current stamp sets only on that shelf. Well, they were current until yesterday, from the spring catalog and the old annual catalog. It seems so weird that the spring catalog now retires at the end of April. Like, it's gone already. That feels so weird. Anyhow, so it is just the annual and spring that were on those shelves. So now I won't have a seasonal shelf. One of those shelves is whatever catalog was seasonal. And for a couple months now we won't have one. So there will be no seasonal shelf. But the ones that went along the top were my annual catalog. And it is going to be bare bones. Especially, well, it's not that I ordered a ton last night, but it'll be especially empty before that comes. I have one more, just have to snip that off. I have one more pre-order, I think, that might arrive tomorrow. And then the next day, I think, the next day will be the, hopefully it comes in 2-day shipping like it's supposed to. The rest of what I just ordered last night. I also have an exciting box that was supposed to come today, but it's coming tomorrow. They are sending us our incentive trip gifts. There will be no pillow gifts on the trip, which is kind of sad, but also okay because we don't have to plan for extra luggage space. So they're sending them to us at home, and then we can bring what we want from it. So that will come tomorrow. So I might have to share with you guys. Well, I probably wouldn't share tomorrow because then people who haven't received their box yet might see it. So I probably shouldn't share it quite that early. But I will be very excited to go through that box. And Ethan is also excited to do a live for you guys. So let me know when you guys think. He really wanted to do it this morning. Yeah, I really should have blended that out a little bit better. That's okay. It'll do. But he might have to sit a little lower. I might have to come back in afterwards and fix that up. But Ethan really wanted to do a live for you guys this morning because he's working this evening, but there was just no way we could pull it off. But he does want to use something new and come to you guys. So let me know what you guys think about that. What you would, if you have something in the catalog you would like him to use, I might just let him decide if he wants to pick or if he wants you guys to tell him what to use, but get his input on that too. So the greeting that I used is from Sending Smiles. I love this one. You have the sending word. There's also a sending die cut, but then you have all these little greetings that go with it. So you guys have seen me use the birthday wishes quite a bit lately. And then there's all these other ones. So you could do sending smiles across the miles, all the good luck your way, sunshine to brighten your day, love and big hugs, birthday wishes, a note of thanks, a card to say hello, and comfort and strength. So this is a really good one. Ramona, this might be the one that you and I were talking about earlier. But I'm going to use a card to say hello. And I feel like you don't need to use the sending with it. This can just be a card to say hello. So that's what I'm going to go with. And I just have to grab my stamp mat here. I am going to, would you guys fuss with this and try to get that to blend out? I won't do it on here for you guys, but I feel like it needs to be blended out a little bit more. Might be too late, but we'll see. Now I also have my, like, losing my, all of my things here. Missing. I can't speak English, can I? I thought I had my tray with my embossing buddy and my white powder, but I have left it. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, guys. I was saying earlier about Ruby barking. Everybody's outside, so nobody is in here to entertain her or to quiet her down. All right, so I'll embossing buddy that. He should pick. Just catching up with your guys' comments there. Do a... You'd be too afraid to make a mess of it. I might have to leave it. I just really love how this one blended. You'll never get the same look twice though, right? With a lot of techniques, you won't get the same look twice. So I'm going to ink this up with Versamark. Our neighbor is using his smoker. It's been going all day. It smells so good. I can smell little bits of things again. It's not a virus thing. It's I lost my sense of smell like 7 years ago. I can't believe it was that long. It does not seem like it was that long ago. 7 years? Maybe it was 6. But that's still, it does not feel like that was that long ago. So little bits are coming back, and all day I've been getting wafts of his smoker. It smells so good. There must be something a little bit sweet in it. For some reason, sweet seems to be something that I can smell more. Plus, it has just kind of a sweet smell to it, but it smells really good anyway. Whatever he's doing over there. We're really lucky. We have good neighbors. We've always been really lucky that way. Thankfully. Oopsie. Okay, so oh goodness, there she goes. And then there's us as neighbors with the barky dog. Most of our neighbors actually have dogs. There we go. Ruby has a little miniature twin right across the street. Rio. Would be handy thing when you have to change diapers, but otherwise kind of sucky. Let me know what that part means. I probably forgot something that I already said, and now I'm confused. Let me know. Okay, so now I need to cut this down. I really need to fix that. It's bothering me. But again, I won't do it right now. Now I'll trim this down so that it's nice and thin. it's, when I end up trimming this down, it's just slightly wider than a mini dimensional. And then they fit really nice behind it. There we go. Sometimes I'm afraid to do this after I've gone to all the work of heat embossing with the white on black, especially if it's turned out really crisp. But there we go. So we've got that. And now we've got all of our little elements ready. Now I can work on assembly. I just have one more element to do. I missed this part here. So this is a scrap that I used. I'll show you guys. It was from this piece here, and I had a little piece here that didn't have any full characters. So I cut it off of there so that I wasn't actually losing any characters from it. I accidentally cut into the bird though when I was trying to do that. So that was a little bit of a kicker, but now I'm going to just measure this piece because it's a piece I have left over. If I need to make this one a little bit smaller than what I've used here, I'll do that because I don't want to have this piece go to waste. So this one it's actually exactly the right size that I need. So I'm going to just straighten off this edge because I can see that it's a little bit crooked. And then I'm cutting two 2.5 inch pieces. Let me double check that that said 5. And that it's not wrong. Yeah, that's 5. So I will have 2.5 inch pieces. I think I had it lined up to the 2 1/4 by accident at first. And then that way, it's a little bit crooked on the middle because it wasn't a straight cut, but that's okay. I'll put the 2 straight cuts towards the outside. Now I'm going to bring back in my grid sheet because I'm going to use this to line these up on my card base. Now, there we go. So I have my card base. It's the 4 1/4 by 11. And I am going to, I just need to rotate this. I'm going to line this up to one line here, and I went up about 4.5 squares. So that's how I'm going to line this up. So when you are, I'm going to glue this down and then I'll explain. I'm going to just line that up there. I used Tombow there. So when you have just a really thin piece of your DSP showing, I tend to not cut a full piece that goes behind the back of that, especially with this really cute paper, because on the back side are all these cute little critters and I don't want to waste that. So I just used this little 1/2 inch strip and then just line them down the outside of your card, and then you're not wasting it behind this huge rectangle. Hopefully that makes sense. And then now I can just, sometimes I will attach these to just a strip of printer paper so that it's, and then I put that across there, but I didn't bother with that this time. And I'll do that just to help align things sometimes. But there we go. Just need to stand up and hope that my head's not right in your way. Okay, there we go. Now, I've got this black radiating stitches piece, and I am going to attach this guy to here. So that's going to get attached with some tear and tape. I'm sorry it's blurry on you guys. If anyone is interested in ordering from the new catalog, this here is the May host code. So you are welcome to use that. And I will do another offer like last month where you'll get a free gift from the new catalog with a $65 purchase if you use that code. And then I have some other upcoming events. I have not, I'm going to have to get the information all together on them, so I won't share that today, but there will be a new catalog class, and then there's going to be like a launch party is what I'm trying to say. And then I'll do bingo as well. We just have to get our dates all booked around the trip, so it's a little bit tricky trying to juggle it all at the moment. There we go. And then I dimensionaled this black layer. Once the trees are in the blend. Yeah, thank you. Oh, the no smell. Haha, I see what you're saying. That's true. That was a benefit of not being able to smell things. And that's actually still a smell that I don't really notice. So I notice more of like the good smells so far, which can be good and bad. Your sense of smell is to alert you to danger, right? But some of those bad smells, for some reason, maybe I blocked them out, but I don't notice those ones. Sometimes I do, but this is definitely easier to attach when you have the full frame versus, or the full layer versus just the frame that I had there. Now I am going to attach this little guy. He's so cute. Don't you guys think that little lion is adorable? I just love him. Now I've got some mini dimensionals that I'll put on the back of him. I just think it's adorable, that little guy. I bet you could probably color them. I feel like the watercolor pencil crayons would work well. The blends might be too much for that paper, but I bet you someone has used them. There we go. And then I'm going to snip some of these in half. Got all these little backings everywhere. Do you guys snip your dimensionals in half? Sometimes you just need a smaller piece, like this one here. Did I put one? Oh, sorry, I bumped that. I did put a little one behind his little marshmallow. There we go. And then I used half dimensionals behind the tree. So my apologies, this is a little bit fussy that you've got to put up with watching here. Get quiet when I'm concentrating. Oh, I don't have a piercer handy either. I usually like to lift these out with a piercer and place them with a piercer. I find that easier. Actually, that one's not going to go down just yet. I've got to stick the larger one on first. What are you guys most excited about? Do you guys like the Zoo Crew? Is it something that you guys would? I feel like I should do a Zoo Crew class. Would anyone be interested in that? Let me know your thoughts. That guy's got to go. There we go. They're so cute. There. He's just adorable. All right, now I gotta just set those aside, and I need a linen thread bow. I agree about sometimes they need to be smaller to work well. Thank goodness we have mini dimensionals now. I do use them a lot. I agree, Ramona. I feel like we need to do a Zoo Crew class. It's just so cute. It would probably be mainly DSP focused, because sometimes if we have to get into coloring, it takes a long time. Do you guys agree? Do you think just using the DSP would suffice? All right, so now I have a bow. Sorry, I had to reshape that one a little bit as I went because it had a funny kink in it. All right, now I am going to just gauge where this is going to go. I'm going to put that kind of right there. It's a little over the edge on purpose. So I'm going to glue dot this guy down to my project first, and I can kind of see I want it to go kind of behind where the R is, so I'm going to put that right there, and then I'm going to dimensional the greeting down, and this time I don't have to cut them. As long as the fussy cutting is done for you. Well, that might take me longer than the class would take. There we go. So I've got some dimensionals on there. I actually really like how the, and I don't want this tail, I want that little twine tail to go kind of up there. So trying to get that straight without sticking my head right underneath where you guys are seeing from. My apologies, I've got to pick this up, and there we go. And then I would just kind of position the tails afterwards. And then I have one last thing. I'm going to add in the iridescent rhinestones. I actually really like how they turned out with that. I was saying how those tinsel gems would be really nice, but I do really like how these worked out. So I'm going to use some of those. I hope these don't retire. They've been around for a bit. I am missing my piercer. I will find it, but I definitely notice when I don't have it handy, I like lifting my embellishments off with it. I finally ordered myself a new refill of putty for my Take Your Pick tool because I can't find mine. I know that I have multiple packs of refill, but I do not know where they went when we had to pack things up. I actually need to move this guy over a little bit. You know what? I don't dare. This is just gonna have to go over here instead of in between. On this one it's down here, and this one I moved it up because if I rip that off of there, that is going to, it's going to pull the watercolor and everything with it. So we're going to just leave well enough alone, and we will leave that the way it is. And maybe or maybe not, I'll go back and fix up the blending back there, but we'll see. So that is my project for today. I do plan to do a live tomorrow. I'll chat with Ethan and help him decide whether he will come live with me tomorrow or another day, or what our plan will be. And I'll try to get more of a regular schedule set as well, so that it's not a daily thing posting for you guys. Oh, guess what time we're going live? But thanks for putting up with this blurriness too. Hopefully we can get that sorted out. But my hope is to go live tomorrow, and that's my plan anyway, as well, or to go live again. And then I'll have the shares information posted by then, and hopefully some dates for some upcoming classes, so that we can get stamping together. And I will get something sorted out with the next mystery stamping, so that you guys can have a little bit more notice. We'll probably do that one next week, because we just did the one yesterday, I guess it was. But if you have made a project for yesterday's mystery stamping, please do post it. Can't wait to see it. And you've got half an hour if you still want to enter the contest for guess how many stamp sets I've had retire. I will get that answer to you guys tomorrow as well. Well, thank you guys so much for joining in. If you decide to make a card like this, you can add it in the comments underneath that. Now they're very clear. Oh no. Well, I'm glad that you guys can see them a little more clearly. Sorry that they were blurry before. If you decide to make a card that is like this one, if you're using the technique, or if you have the Zoo Crew stuff, you can just add it in the comments of the photo that I posted before I went live. It is already posted for you guys. So thank you again so much for joining in. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I will update with what time that will be at. Have a good night, everyone.